what do you want? So for you, it's like, what do you want? Because me, I want what I want. So for someone else, it's what do you
Mm,
want and how do we get there? Because I'm very spiritual. I'm not a big religious guy, but I believe in the spiritual aspect of finding peace, finding harmony within the things you appreciate. So the first thing is, if you just want to be happy, you don't have to work out to be happy. You don't have to look lean, or you don't have to do any of that to be happy. And usually that's what most people want, right? People attach this feeling of happiness with losing weight and looking better. And that's fine. You got to look at it in different areas where you can achieve this idea of being happy. So for someone that's seeking out happiness or feeling better, you got to figure out what grounds you. What makes you feel like you have energy again. Because for you, just talking to you a couple times, I get this vibe that you fuel on this communication, you fuel on meeting people and learning and just building a strong network. And if that makes you happy, throw the bands out. I don't care, because you're happy. And that's usually the big piece. But if someone wants to lose weight, and it's snowing outside and you don't, you got to find some resiliency and some determination and figure out, if you need someone to coach you, spend the money and find a coach. The money is worth it, because I can give you the stats on what it costs if you need a rotator cuff surgery. You're spending thousands of dollars. Or you can spend, at my gym, you're spending anywhere from $20 to $32 a session. So you can spend $120 a month for someone who's going to coach you and make you do something once a week, guaranteeing you that one workout. So if you're someone that's anti-snow and you need someone to hold you accountable, get a coach, hire a trainer, hire a coach, go to a gym.
Welcome to Rochester Business Connections, powered by Balbert Marketing, LLC, where I get the chance to chat with Rochester, New York's very best business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. I am your host, Ben Albert. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, we don't do advertisements. My fee for this show is simple. If you gain value from the episode, personally share with a friend and explain your favorite part. Let's get started. Welcome everyone to Rochester Business Connections. I am here with Mark Bruce. Mark, what's going on? How are you, man?
Ben, my man, what's happening? Definitely a pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to invite me to your show.
Yeah, I'm hanging out, as you can see, with the green screen. I'm having fun today.
I
Uh,
like it. I
we're
like it.
recording this on a Friday. Mark, I don't have the release date, but it's either
Okay.
going to be right before New Year's or right after it, which is great to be talking to you because you're a strength and performance coach, fit strength and performance. You take already really incredible athletes. I was looking at your testimonials. You take people that are incredible athletes and make them even better, which is
Right.
obviously something that's important. Give us, a 1,000-foot view of what you do at Fit Strength and Performance.
Yeah, so at Fit Strength Performance, the mentality is we physically prepare you for the demands of your sport and life. We primarily work with athletes, but we do have a number of adults. So with that being said, this whole idea of, we all need to be physically prepared for whatever we have to accomplish. In my view, everyone is an athlete. Doesn't matter if you are a professional basketball player trying to get a contract overseas or in the States, or if you're, a mother of two and you love paddle or tennis or whatever your rec sport is, and you're looking to just feel better and prolong that career. Everyone's an athlete, but you have to be physically prepared. And that's in the standpoint of the fundamentals. Um, a lot of athletes are, they're over specialized and underdeveloped, and same thing with adults. So we want to break things down in a microscopic level and make you great at the fundamentals, which not only will help you in the moment with whatever your goal is, but it's a long-term athletic development. It's about the journey versus the immediate gratification and result.
Yeah, you got to look long term. Fundamentals obviously come first. At random, it just came to my mind, but I read about a study forever ago about how obviously humans aren't the fastest runners out of any animal. There's animals that are way faster than us. But when it comes to long distance and endurance, human beings can run for, up to a day at a time if they're in peak physical condition. So, I like what you said to start there. You said we're basically all athletes, and in the fact we have athletic bodies, we just got to use it, right?
Right.
Um, Prepare. I was just reading it on your website. Tell us about the mission behind Prepare. I loved what I saw there.
Yeah, so in our about page, instead of giving a long-winded or a mission statement and or a history about me or the business, I love acronyms. I love breaking things down on a word basis because I think people can relate to it in different ways. So with Prepare, it stands for professional, resilient, engaged, passion, accountable, robust, efficient. And we live and die by that at Fit Strength. When we look at an athlete or an adult or even a coach, in order to be successful, you have to be professional. And everyone has their idea of profession in a different way. For me, being professional, it means that you're waking up and you're doing the little things, the little habits, because the little things become the big things, and that can help you be prepared for whatever you need to do at your job, at school, in your sport, with your family. And that's a huge, huge thing for me, doing the little things. And then resilient. We need to be resilient human beings, especially now, because with COVID, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. However, it is dark right now, and before there's light, there's always darkness. But in order to be able to handle the new norm of our world, we have to be resilient right now and not let that darkness kind of win, whether it's gaining weight, whether it's being stagnant, whether it's forgetting about the little things that we do to make ourselves human, make ourselves feel whole. And that's just like, read books, go for walks, do a little movement, eat right. It's really easy to pop open a bottle of wine and, get some, Doritos in front of you and go to town. But at the end of the day, we know what happens after about 3, 4, and now we're going on almost a full year of this quarantine. So we have to be resilient and diligent with what we do every single day. Engaged. We have to be engaged with the people we're talking with. And I have this conversation with teachers that I work with, and athletes in the gym. It's like engage eye contact, right? You got to look at each other's eyes, especially if we're remote. Show them that you're listening and try to get them to listen to you by engaging yourself in that conversation and be an active participant. I think, you and your business, passion, that's what it's all about. If you're passionate about anything, people will trust you, believe you, and want to buy into what you have to say. But, if you're fake, we know, we can see right through you. If you're a fitness dude, but you really just want to make some money and some coin, we can read that right through you, man. So it's passion. That's huge when it comes to the gym, especially from a coach. People need to believe that what I'm saying is the end all be all. They have to believe that I believe into it. I can't feed them a bunch of nonsense and I do some other stuff, because they'll know that they'll know what I'm telling them is BS. And then robust, similar to resilient. With robust, we have to just push through the tough times. We have to build our body up so it can handle the struggles, the trials and tribulations. And I think that this quarantine, this time during COVID, kind of exemplified how unhealthy we really are, how little we really took pride in our body. Hence why, after this 10-month hiatus of this quarantine, people are going, we think people are going crazy, but at the end of the day, there was a study done a little while ago, that I looked at, that actually a lot of people are doing really good. The extra time with their family, trying, being home more, working from home. So people are doing a little bit of what they need to do, but at the end of the day, we still need to work a little bit harder just to make sure that we are resilient for whatever and robust for whatever comes our way. And then efficient. My gym, we got 60 to 75 minutes to get after it. We got to be efficient. And same with you, man. You can attest, you wish there was 25 hours left in the day. I wish I had 26 hours every day, but we don't have it. So the time that we have, we got to be efficient. And that's how we prepare those that come into the gym.
I love it, Mark. Where's your gym located?
So we're in Fairport. So I'm in Fairport, New York. It's off of Pittsford Palmyra Road, kind of by Fairport High School. So it's not too far away for any Rochesterian out there.
Perfect. Yeah, and love the message. I'm sure everybody listening does too. They might be an athlete, they might have family members that are athletes or children that are athletes. What do you have a ideal client? Do you have a perfect person to work with? Is it a mindset thing, a physical capability thing? If I were to call you right now, who can you help the most?
Yeah. So right now we our largest clientele are athletes, but we do have a handful of adults. And truthfully, our the perfect client is someone that's willing to show up, plain and simple. If they're willing to trust us and show up, then that's half the battle. We always want people to have goals, but at the end of the day, you got to show up. And then, through time, we can kind of peel back the onion and figure out what do you really want. So the ideal client, if you walk into the gym, you're going to see a lot of athletes from ages, 11 years old all the way up to we have some professional athletes, but we also have the adults. So if you're an athlete looking to learn how to move better, if you're looking to make the varsity team, if you're hoping to get on a college roster, you're our ideal client. And at the same time, if you're an adult who is trying to lose weight, feel better, and move better, we're open to you as well.
Awesome. And if you're ready to go and you're willing to show up, you guys are there to help them. If you're gonna, if you're trying to get your feet wet, you're probably not a good fit, right?
At the end of the day, if you're willing to show up,
Right.
so if you're willing to show up, my wife's heading out right now, so let's go. If you're willing to show up, you're right for us. That's it. The people that coach at Fit Strength, we're very person centered. So my background as a counselor, I've really stressed being a person centered individual, which means that I'm focused on you. The weights are the weights, the movements are the movements, the sweat is the sweat. But at the end of the day, in order for you to trust me, I need to know who the person is. But first, you got to show up. So if you are willing to show up, we got you.
Perfect. Perfect. There's been something I've been thinking about like crazy because, my girlfriend has kids. A lot of the listeners have kids, and a lot of them are athletes. And something I don't understand, and I'd like to get to the psychology of it and really just know more about it, is all these young adults that they love being part of a system. They love athletics. They get some of their ego from it. They like being a superstar. They like performing. And nowadays, and beyond that, there's socialization. It's meeting friends. It's building relationships you'll have a lifetime. COVID has shook things up a little bit, to say the least. And I'm sure you've seen it firsthand with the people you train. um, what are your thoughts on the whole situation and how athletics have just been shaken up where some teams aren't playing at all, other teams are distant, people are getting sick? What's been your experience, and can we have some optimism here about what direction we should go in as people, and what direction athletes should, mentally focus on going forward?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I think that's an awesome question to dive into. And it's heartbreaking, first and foremost. I was a collegiate athlete. I was a high school athlete. And there's nothing more you look forward to than the start of your season. I was a practice guy. I was a training kind of guy. So I enjoyed every moment getting to the season, but I also couldn't wait till the season ended so I can, get better. That's just my personality. But these kids, they live and die by their season, because it's the next step to getting to college. So my heart really goes out for them, because the juniors and seniors, let alone if they're very talented and they're going to go to the next level regardless, now college kids, they get a whole nother year. So the seniors are going to graduate, they may get 2 years now because last year may not count for some conferences. So it's going to be that much more harder for seniors to get a scholarship, juniors to get looked at because they're now 2 years behind. But me being a strength and conditioning coach, I think we have to look at it from a preparation standpoint. There are tons of gains to be had physically and mentally that athletes they never will get this opportunity again, because like I said, athletes are over specialized and underprepared, so they can do the most amazing things with a stick in their hand, a ball in their hand, anything with the sport related task. But when you ask them to skip, they can't skip. When you ask them to land, they can't land properly. If you ask them to do a push up or pull up, they can't do it. So with this, they have this opportunity right now where they can improve those fundamental skills. Because if you look at some studies, if you look in some books, if you go back to when kids are 5 years old, that's when they should be learning how to jump, how to crawl, how to skip, how to hop, how to gallop. But if you look in today's age, 4 years, kids that are 4 years old, a lacrosse stick goes in their hand, a basketball goes in their hand. You can't really learn how to do the fundamental movements with a foreign object in their hand. So for these young athletes, there is so much hope for you to be better next season if you take advantage of the time you get to rest and recover, but also to physically prepare your body. And that's getting stronger, developing explosiveness, and kind of separating from the skill and learning the movements that are necessary to exemplify your skill. And I think that athletes can be phenomenal next year and be better if they take advantage of this time, if spent wisely in the weight room.
Love it. Well, what are some of those fundamentals? Give us some tips that maybe one section we'll do at home tips, and then we'll do a section of hitting the gym tips. What kind of exercises should I be doing to be working my full body, to be working, smaller muscle groups that I won't necessarily hit on a machine, and really get those fundamentals so I can use my body well? What can I do at home?
Yeah. So we can look at it from an adult standpoint and an athlete standpoint, someone that plays a sport currently. And if you go to my gym, you'll see a lot of athletes and adults doing very similar movements. So an at-home structure, and the three words that I always use is posture, position, performance, because you have to have posture first. You've never seen an athlete who has bad posture who you look at and you're like, wow, that person can do X. That person can jump high, can run fast. LeBron James, he's got very good posture. Is it perfect? No. And even those, gen pop individuals who are in shape, you probably look at them and you're like, they got good posture. So the little things you can do at home are just breaking down postural issues. So if I face this way, people are here now. They have that forward head posture because they're at a screen all day. They're that text neck.
Right.
So working on how to keep your chin tucked and head back, which means you can do movements with your back against the wall that I call wall presses. You can do ITYs on the ground where your arms are straight and your face is on the ground and you're lifting your arms back. So you're strengthening your upper back muscles. All of that will put you in a better position and improve your posture. So you can now begin to do the exercises and movements that not only, help you be a better athlete, but, generally a better health. So some home drills for adults and athletes: push-ups, bodyweight squats, split squats, single leg squats using stairs, where you have a foot on an elevated surface and you just do a squat with that foot on the stair. For athletes, plyometrics are phenomenal. Strength will last a good bit. So if you're an athlete who's been lifting heavy, but then COVID shut your environment down, your strength will be there for a while. Maybe a month, you'll have relative strength, but your explosiveness and power will decrease. So get outside and sprint and jump. Don't, at the end of the day, when we were younger, you and I, Ben, we were on on tables, exploding off of those bad boys, on trampolines and landing on the ground. That makes your bones stronger. So athletes, get outside and sprint, jump and land on one leg, jump off one leg, jump out, jump, in a rotational standpoint, 360, 90 degree, sprint in different directions, diagonally, laterally. For adults, think of things that get you stronger, push-ups, whether they're tempoed, meaning going slow. So eccentrics, going slow down, exploding up. Same with your split squats. Get some bands, do some pull-ups, some rows. And then in the gym, so fundamental movements are your squat, your hip hinge. So that's your deadlift, your trap bar deadlift or your RDL, pushing motions vertically and horizontally. So your bench press or landmine overhead press. Then you have horizontal pushing and pulling. So any type of row variation. So you got, TRX rows, inverted rows, pull-ups, chest supported rows, and then squat variations. So you have goblet squats, you have front, kettlebell squats, you have front rack, barbell squats. And then, same thing with the jumps, plyo, jumps on a plyo box, jumps over hurdles. At my facility, we have turf and sled. So we'll do some sprinting in different directions, stop and go, things like that. And those are the basics, So we work on your posture. If you have a neck that's forward, we'll do some soft tissue on your neck, on your T-spine. And then we'll work on positioning. So for an athlete, it's like, all right, what does your sprint position look like? Most athletes aren't strong, so they can't hold a position. So we strengthen their bodies and their muscles so they can hold a position. That's typically, the issue for a lot of athletes. It's less about let's jump a million times. And it's more about let's strengthen the pre-jump position, and that'll get you better at jumping. And then for adults, just the same: squat, hip hinge, push, pull, carry something, and work on some single leg movements.
Wow, I love it. The gym's open, right?
Yep.
So if people want to come in, you can help them out in person, because a lot of this, obviously, with posture and with doing it properly, ultimately good mechanics, it's good to have someone like you to teach.
The
them.
big thing at our gym, we're coaches. So I don't call myself a personal trainer. It's nothing against anyone who calls themselves a personal trainer, but there's different definitions between a trainer and a coach. A coach is going to educate you. Truth be told, Ben, if you came to the gym for 6 months and you were like, listen, on the 7th month, if you're like, Mark, I got it. I know what to do. I'm going to get a gym membership. You kind of put the fire. You gave me the fire. I'd be like, great, man, I did my job. I taught you the basics. You feel confident and comfortable going to the gym, because a lot of people don't. They don't want to be seen working out. They don't want people to judge them. And that's cool. So I educate people. We coach. It's not a boot camp class. We are coaches. So we're going to put you in a position to succeed, and we're going to coach you through those movements so you understand why you may have had discomfort and how you can get or you can reach your goal.
Dang, I feel like I need a coach in my life. I'm one of those people. Baby. I'm one of those people, man. I'm not gonna lie. I put on a few this quarantine, and I've been working with the bands. But you're spot on in the fact you got to get moving. It's snowing outside right now. That's going to deter a lot of people. What do you do when it's snowing out, man? Do you do anything for fun? Do you still out running in the snow, or what do you recommend for someone that's just, they live in Rochester their whole life, but they're anti-snow, like a lot of us, like me sometimes, honestly. But what do you recommend for somebody who's kind of anti-snow, but they don't want to really? What would you do in their situation?
So the big picture is what do you want? So for you, it's like, what do you want? Because I want what I want. So for someone else, it's what do you want and how do we get there? Because I'm very spiritual. I'm not a big religious guy, but I believe in the spiritual aspect of finding peace, finding harmony within the things you appreciate. So the first thing is, if you just want to be happy, you don't have to work out to be happy. You don't have to look lean or, you don't have to do any of that to be happy. And usually that's what most people want, right? People attach this feeling of happiness with losing weight and looking better. And that's fine. You got to look at it in different areas where you can achieve this idea of being happy. So for someone that's seeking out happiness or feeling better, you got to figure out what grounds you. What makes you feel like you have energy again. Because for you, just talking to you a couple times, I get this vibe that you fuel on this communication. You fuel on meeting people and learning and just building a strong network. And if that makes you happy, throw the bands out. I don't care, because you're happy. And that's usually the big piece. But if someone wants to lose weight, and it's snowing outside and you got to find some resiliency and some determination and figure out, if you need someone to coach you, spend the money and find a coach. The money is worth it, because I can give you the stats on what it costs if you need a rotator cuff surgery. You're spending thousands of dollars. Or you can spend, at my gym, you're spending anywhere from $20 to $32 a session. So you can spend $120 a month for someone who's going to coach you and make you do something once a week, guaranteeing you that one workout. So if you're someone that's anti-snow and you need someone to hold you accountable, get a coach, hire a trainer, hire a coach, go to a gym. There's a ton of Zooms out there. Some of my coaches at the gym, they do Zoom. So I'd find a Zoom class, go do Beachbody. I'm not against Beachbody. At the end of the day, if you struggle with movement, you need a coach. You need someone who's going to look at you and say, hey, you got to regress this movement, and you have to work on these kind of skills so you feel better. So I would suggest that if you hate the winter and you're struggling moving, hire a coach. My gym, we only have 4 people working out at a time. Everyone has about 400 square feet of their own environment with everything they need. So if you know that you're just a little nervous about COVID, but you need a coach, our space is clean. You will have your own equipment for that 75-minute block, and everything is wiped down, 3 times in a session. We go through 100 rags a day because it's just cleaning nonstop. So that is my ultimate suggestion. If you hate the winter and moving is just something you need to do, you just don't want to do it, find a coach who you're going to trust, and go meet with them once, twice, or 3 times a week.
There's 2 big things I love that you said there. Ultimately focusing on look inside first. I mean, what's important to me is very different than anyone else, where we're all different. We have different values. We have different lives. So determine what's important to you. And, for a lot of people, they want more energy. They want to look better. They want to live longer. They want to show up for their family. I'd find that when I look inside, a lot of things that are important to me, they align with good health. And the second thing you said there was, don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money, put in a little extra effort, and have the mindset to actually get it done, because that's how you achieve that first thing, whatever your why is, whatever your want is. And I think about it all the time with the amount of money I spend on food, the amount of money I spend on electronics, the amount of time I'm on my phone. How much money am I spending on my health? So you've got me thinking. I'm sure a ton of people at home are thinking as well about what their next step is going to be in 2022. Do you have any immediate goals that you've built thus far?
As far as, the gym?
As far as what's coming up next year, do you have any, do you do resolutions? Is it useful for you?
Yeah, truthfully, I think about it, but no. I'm not a January 1, let's do stuff better. It's always the big rocks of like, I need to be better at organizing. I'm human. I need to be better at focusing on a task and achieving that task. But to me, it's like, this is a daily, weekly, monthly resolution that always trying to get better. So it's being consistent. For me, it's like I need to be the first one up in the household because so I can prepare for my day, I can prepare for everything. Number two, I need to exercise. And truthfully, I work out right now because of my schedule. I work out like 2 hours a week. Try to get 2 30-minute workouts at home because right now what's most important for me is being home with my family, my son, the most that I can. So I'm sacrificing a little bit to focus on being home the most I can. But then, so like I said, number two is exercise. And that whether it's 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes, I have to move every day from whether like a 5 to 10 minute movement or at least get in the gym 3 times, whether it's 2 30-minute home workouts or it's one or two 45 to 60-minute workouts in my gym. And then number three, being with my family. That's number one. And all of those things help my business thrive. And it
Mm.
might be crazy that like one of those top three doesn't like help the business grow. But if I don't do those three things, then the business won't do what it does. I won't be the school counselor that I am. I won't happen. So to me, in a way, you have to be selfish early on for the other things to be successful. So that's why, for me, my resolution every single day, 12 months out of the year is be the first one up to organize myself, prepare myself, try to move every single day and let's get to 3 workouts a week and then be with my family the most that I can.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna move into the rapid fire round. I'm wondering if you noticed or if anyone noticed. I realized when I was talking, I said 2022 for
I
next
didn't, no, I
year,
didn't, I
and
didn't.
it's funny because I'm just erasing this year. It's been a crazy one.
I know, right? Yep.
There's been political drama. There's been drama in
Oh
health.
my,
We're gonna erase this year. 2021 though. It's going to be the
2021.
best one ever, man. That I just
Yeah, let's
realized I
do
said
it.
that. I felt silly. I hope someone heard me say 2022. But
I didn't.
rapid fire, easy either or questions just to get to know you a little bit better. Sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
You're a morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Do you drink beer, wine, water?
So I've gotten into whiskey. So right when quarantine started, I was into wine. My wife and I would have, maybe a couple glasses a week. Now, for some reason, I got this taste of whiskey.
Nice. Do you like Scotch, bourbon, Irish whiskey? Do you got
Bourbon,
a
more
bourbon?
bourbon.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. Um, do you have like ice cream or treats like that, guilty pleasures
Yeah.
that you just love no matter what?
100%. Yeah. My wife and I, like usually every Friday, it's pizza and chicken wings. And then my wife loves Pittsford Dairy. And, I like it too. Um, so, we'll get pizza, chicken wings. We'll have like, usually I love making homemade burgers with her, so we'll make like homemade cheeseburgers and like some sweet potato fries. Um, and then, I let her do the ice cream thing.
Mm.
Anything with peanut butter, I'm good. Anything with peanut butter, doesn't matter. If you tell me it has peanut butter in it, I won't ask any more questions.
Peanut butter. I love it, man. Put it on your
Yeah.
fruit, put it on your sweets, put it on
Uh,
everything.
here's a fun fact: I have done carrots and peanut butter. Just needed, in the
Yeah.
college days, and you come back home and it's like I need something. I had carrots and peanut butter, so I ripped it out.
Do you love iOS or Android?
Oh, I'm iOS.
iOS.
Yeah, I tried the Google. I couldn't do it. I I don't even think I lasted a week, man.
I've got a Pixel phone, but
Oh,
it's decent. It's decent.
yeah.
Um, Never asked this question. If you had to get rid of every single workout and just do one exercise the rest of your life, maybe
Hmm.
not even the rest of your life, but let's just say what's the most essential? What's the most
Yeah.
essential easy thing that we can do?
So is it exercise or can I pick like a device like an object to always use? Just one object to always use.
I'll let you cheat and pick an object because you can do a lot
Okay.
on some, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would say I'm a big trap bar deadlift kind of guy. However, you need some weights to really, enjoy it. I'd say kettlebell.
Awesome.
If I had one 45-pound kettlebell for the rest of my life, I'd be fine. I'd be all right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Social media, man, where do we follow you? Whether it's the website, the Facebook, LinkedIn, where are you most active? Where should we keep in touch?
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, I love Instagram. I'm all over it. Usually everything that I post on Instagram is then goes to Twitter and Facebook. Those are my three main platforms. Instagram, it's FitStrength_performance. We're on there daily in our story with the classes we have going on, and then usually posting something every single day, from a helpful exercise tip for athletes and adults, from a plyometric to a speed movement, to a lift that can help you get stronger, improve single leg, proprioception, or just generally lose some weight and get stronger.
Love it. Anywhere else, whether it's website, email, phone number, any other action steps for us to keep in touch?
Hit me up on Instagram. DM me. If you're an adult and a parent, you can hit me up on Facebook, Fit Strength Performance. My email is just Mark, my first name, at fit-strength.com. So for parents out there who are more on Facebook, feel free to send me a message. For any young athlete or even adult, if you're on Instagram, shoot me a DM. Email me at mark@fit-strength.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And everyone gets a free session at my facility. And we do an onboarding session where we can, go through some readiness questions and see where you're at and what we can do for you.
Love it, Mark. Thanks for coming on. I know we ran longer than planned, but super value. I wanted to run long here and learn a lot from you. So appreciate you coming on the show. It's been fun.
No doubt. Can I get a story for you? Like a little Instagram?
Yeah.
Are you on Instagram? Can I find you on Instagram too?
Yeah, at Real Ben Albert.
Gotcha.
Real Ben Albert.
Let me just. Yo.
What's up?
Love it. Got it. All right, man.
Thanks for listening to Rochester Business Connections. Don't forget to share this, rate, and comment on your favorite platform. You can also email me, ben@balbertmarketing.com. Let's connect soon. Until then, keep thriving, everyone.